Today we're really going to be finding out if you are the asshole. Now, I compiled a lot of different subreddit from obviously the subreddit Am I the Asshole?
And don't forget about me. I am going to be giving my opinions too.
Am I the asshole? My dog-in-law went into my neighbor's property. Okay, first of all, what the hell is a dog-in-law? Am I not in the proper sphere for this? I just don't understand what a dog-in-law is. My wife had her parents over for dinner. They live like 10 minutes away. They brought their dog, a Labrador. After dinner, we went to take the dogs for a walk. We live on 4 acres, have 2 dogs, and stay confined on our property. Her parents' dog did not and ran off. It scared our neighbors' chickens that were just doing what chickens do. She probably killed one and we did not see it. Of course, I freaked out and ran over to the neighbor's yard, who was obviously frantic, and ended up getting the dog off their property. Luckily, it didn't look like any chickens were harmed. After her parents left, I said, "You are now in charge. I do not want their dog here, and if they bring it, you are responsible." She immediately said, "I'm being an asshole," and went into our room to watch the show. So am I the asshole? First of all, no, you are not the asshole. Her parents should be the ones that are responsible. What do you think?
I think you're the asshole.
What labubu said. We're just gonna take her advice because I do not want to get possessed. Am I the asshole for refusing to read someone's tarot? I am a female that is 31. I like witchy things, tarot cards, make my own herbal tenures. That being said, I consult tarot cards for fun. If I'm being audited by the IRS, I'm consulting an accountant, not tarot. The most extreme, I would be having a run-in-the-mill bad day, consulting tarot and using that to help inform what I might do, like taking a long bath or something. I have a friend, Grace, who's 30s, who is in legal trouble. I don't know if I can say here without breaking the rules, but her thing isn't a speeding ticket. You want to contest and show up in for court. This is a situation where she needs to hire her own lawyer and probably be prepared for some serious consequences. Anyways, she asked me if I could read her tarot to see the outcomes of the situation, and I refused. A, because she hasn't done anything yet. Her court day is approaching, and as far as I know, she still hasn't had any legal representation. And B, tarot cards might give, quote, "it's fine" answer, but a judge and a jury in Massachusetts is going to decide on their own. I told her no, she should really find a lawyer. Grace got really upset, saying that I would help her know what to expect and put her mind to ease, and that I wasn't being a good friend. First of all, I'm not going to read anymore. I can kind of see where you're coming from. You use tarot cards on some things, but on other things, of course, the friend should consult a lawyer. I would be doing the same exact thing. I would say that you're not the asshole. I would just not read the tarot for her, because how are you going to know what the outcome is of something else if you don't actually try? I think that it should be something that you should be going on your own with and just seeing small situations, not big situations, about tarot reading, because I don't really view tarot readings whatsoever. That's where my perspective is, but let's see what the labubu thinks.
I use the spiritual force to control your life.
Exactly. Am I the asshole? My husband drank more than our agreed amount. My female 36 husband, male 36, had a bit of a drinking problem in the past, and he gets way too drunk, and he's a mean drunk. He actually got so drunk at our baby shower that his parents had to talk with him because they were concerned. We had to go to a marriage counseling, and his drinking was obviously a topic. At one point, he agreed that he will only have 1 drink per hour to try to keep his drinking under control, but that wasn't strict enough, and we agreed to a 2-drink maximum period. Obviously, the trouble with drinking is that the more you drink, the more you lose your ambitions and control. Cut to tonight. His football team won a tough game. I was at the beginning of the game, and he had 2 glasses of wine. Then I saw a video of him with a beer in his hand, and I confronted him about it, and while he took responsibility, the longer we talked about it, the angrier he got, and flat out said that he didn't think that it was an issue and that I was the one ruining his night. My issue is that I let 1 additional drink go, then next time it would be 2 additional drinks, and so on and so forth. It feels like a very slippery slope. He said that I was treating him like a criminal. I do not think that you're the asshole. If you agreed upon a certain amount, then you agreed upon the certain amount, period. There's no discussions further than that. If you have a drinking problem, you have a drinking problem. It doesn't matter what happened prior to that. You need to control yourself, and drinking is not the answer to everything. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. Maybe I'll have 1 sip per month. That's it. That's not my cup of tea. My cup of tea is coffee. I would have like 2, maybe 3 a day. If you already agreed upon it, then you already agreed upon it.
Let's agree for me to suck your soul.
Our next one is, am I the asshole for refusing to pay for our friend's now broken iPhone and sunglasses that our son broke? Yes. I don't need to read anything else. You are the asshole. I kind of feel bad for not reading it. Usually I would just read the topic and say, yes, it's your son. I already am coming across this with a very skeptical mind. I don't even care what Reddit says about this. I am a very skeptical person, and based on the title, you're responsible for what your baby does and what your son does. But let's read this again. I am 28, female, and my husband is 32. Our son in question is 6 months old. Whenever someone holds them, we warn them that he'll try to grab your glasses or your phone and sometimes your hair. We even tried to break this habit, but he's only 6 years old. A friend of mine, 33, let's call her Jean, comes to visit and wants to hold, which we don't mind at all. I warned her about it, saying, oh, best take your glasses sunglasses off of your head, he'll grab them. Now, these are Gucci sunglasses costing around 800 pounds. She rolled her eyes at me and accused me of hugging my own baby. So I warned her again, and she said, it's fine. So she stood holding him, took her phone out, and wanted a selfie, which again, I am fine with as long as it's not posted. Don't want to pick of him online as of yet, which is completely understandable. He, of course, grabbed her sunglasses, got excited as he got to them, waved his hands about the sunglasses, and then they flew. She screamed, scared him, and he panicked and he hit her iPhone to the floor. I quickly took him as she was freaking out. She says that I need to buy her a new iPhone 16 and replace her sunglasses or give her the money for them, which is $2,300. I said, we can't pay that much. That's not even our monthly wage. Plus, I am on maternity, but also I don't feel like I should as you ignored my warnings. I called her heartless for not being more understanding of her upset. I was more concerned with calming down my son. My husband just shrugged, telling her I did warn her. This is a lot to unpack here. Okay, so first of all, you warned her to take her sunglasses off. She said no. Secondly, you told her that your son might grab her phone, and she completely ignored both of those things. Seems like she's in her own world. I'm very glad that I did read this because it's on the friend, because of the fact that the friend chose to ignore your warnings, so the friend should be responsible for them at the same exact time. Of course, this is just a very stupid situation. It's a cut and dry thing. You warned her. She completely ignored your warnings. That's her fault, not your fault. I say she has to pay for it.
I say let it die.
Am I the asshole for how I handled this situation? My daughter, 24, female, is on antidepressants and lives at home rent-free while saving for her own place. She keeps her pills in the bathroom with lid loose because it's hard to open. And since she's the only one using it, it's never been a problem. My son, 23, male, and his girlfriend, 22, female, are temporarily staying with us until their condo is ready. Their bathroom sink downstairs is small with no counter space, so when the girlfriend wanted to dye her hair, I told her to use my daughter's bathroom as she has a double sink with countertop without checking with my daughter who was home in her room. Right away, I think that you definitely should have had the girlfriend at least ask just in case she was doing something in the bathroom, but of course it's your house, your rules, stuff like that. But also I would say that not the girlfriend's house either. The girlfriend and the son are most likely not paying the rent because of the fact that they're waiting for their condo to be ready. I feel like they're on the same exact level, so the girlfriend needs to actually ask for permission to use the bathroom. About 1 hour later, I overheard my son telling my girlfriend that he didn't know how to break something to his sister. He told me that his girlfriend had accidentally knocked over my daughter's pills and it fell into the sink where she was dyeing her hair. I said I'll talk to my daughter, but my son insisted. I heard him enter the room with the attitude saying, don't start acting like an ass. Girlfriend knocked your pills into the sink. The girlfriend should have never been in the bathroom in the very first place, so that's very annoying. I have a sister. I would never start telling my sister something like that. Even though sometimes we get on each other's nerves, I still would not talk to my sister like that. I guess you're just trying to start something by saying that. I hate when people talk to me with an attitude already and telling me don't freak out or don't get mad or don't get annoyed. Tell me straight up what it is and I'll choose how to respond. That's how I work. My daughter was furious, grabbed the remaining pills and stormed off. My son blamed her for leaving the lid loose. When she asked why they were even in the bathroom, I explained and she got even angrier, saying that they could have used theirs or mine. I told her that I didn't expect this and that she needed to calm down. She called my son an asshole and shut herself in her room. Okay, so of course I would have said something differently because obviously she was already mad about the situation. Of course, as a mom, you don't really expect this to happen. So of course I would have just said, yeah, I think that we should have asked you in advance. I didn't realize that this was going to happen. I think that you're completely in the right for how you're reacting, but let's handle this separately. I'll help you call to get a refill, stuff like that. There's ways to go around this without saying you need to calm down. Of course, saying you need to calm down in a heated situation is never going to have the person calm down. I urged my son and his girlfriend to apologize to her because she could have asked to move the pills, and him because he escalated the situation. He eventually cooled down and apologized, but his girlfriend refused, which the girlfriend's the one that did the situation, so the girlfriend should apologize. Doesn't really make sense to me. My son then demanded that my daughter apologize to his girlfriend. For what? Exactly. What did she do? She didn't do anything. My daughter refused, saying that she had nothing to be sorry for, which is completely right. The girlfriend chose to stay elsewhere until their condo was ready. My daughter spoke with her pharmacist and replaced the medication. Good. Everything's solved because of the daughter doing stuff for her own self. Because of the son and the girlfriend that she even had to do that in the very first place. I would be annoyed. My son insists that I should make my daughter apologize for what exactly? What are you going to make your daughter apologize for? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I did tell my daughter that she could have reacted more calmly, but that's not the point. The point is that she should have never been in the bathroom. And of course, sometimes I react annoyed because of something, but if you're paying for it, it's one thing. If you're getting it for free, that's another thing. But also, it's your property, it's your medicine, it's your bathroom that you're using. But she maintains that she could have asked for her to move the pills, or at least approached her without assuming that she'd go crazy. She also points out that she never said anything to the girlfriend either, only to her brother, and that I should have never have let them use her bathroom in the very first place. I completely agree. Should have never used the bathroom. Should have never touched the pills without permission, because it's not even your bathroom. I would be so embarrassed because I actually have respect for other people. I would never go to somebody else's bathroom and touch other things without asking them first. I would never move something else without asking them first. I would just be so embarrassed because I have basic respect for other people. Seems like the girlfriend and the son does not have respect for other people. So yeah, I would say not you are the asshole, but the girlfriend's the asshole and the brother's the asshole. And the mom is not really the asshole because of the fact that the mom gave the permission, yes, to use the bathroom, but the girlfriend is acting like a princess, and I hate people that act like that.
If you touch my things, you will die.
Exactly what the labubu said. If we were to take one thing away from this video, it's the fact that if you think that you're the asshole, you probably are the asshole. It's very cut and dry. You thinking about this to yourself, if you think that you're the asshole, you probably are the asshole. If you think that maybe I'm not the asshole, you're probably not the asshole. We also learned that
The labubu is always right, or else he will be possessed.